Welcome to today's explainer. Look, if you just glanced at the final scoreline, you'd probably think this match was a total walk in the park right from the opening whistle. But the actual reality of Portugal's 5-1 destruction of Poland, well, it's a tale of two entirely different halves. It's about brilliant tactical adjustments by Roberto Martinez and, of course, the timeless, inevitable greatness of a footballing legend. We're going to dive right into exactly how an incredibly tense, frustrating stalemate turned into an absolute festival of football. Let's get into it. Now, to really grasp the emotional weight surrounding this Portuguese team, we have to start with this amazing quote from the match commentary. Not just a captain, but an inspiration to the people. I mean, delivering a masterclass performance like this doesn't just happen out of nowhere. This was Cristiano Ronaldo's 217th cap for the national team. 217th. Setting the stage under Roberto Martinez, you've got this immense figurehead leading the line, but as we'll see in a second, just having an inspiration on the pitch definitely doesn't guarantee the first 45 minutes are going to go your way. Section 1. A Polish-pressured first half. Okay, so let's look at exactly what went down in those first 45 minutes, because that opening chapter told a vastly different story than the final score implies. The contrast between expectations and reality was literally staggering. I mean, on paper, you totally think Poland, who were missing Robert Lewandowski, would just sit back and defend, right? Instead, no way. They were dominant. They were pressing incredibly high, making these hard, crunching tackles, and creating super dangerous chances, mostly through Piontek, who was just a constant menace. Now flip over to Portugal's side, they were seriously struggling. They lacked their usual electric speed, the midfield connections just weren't clicking at all, and the crowd at the Estadio de Dragão in Porto, yeah, they were getting visibly restless. The whole Portuguese attack just looked disjointed, completely missing that signature fluidity. And that brings us to halftime. 0. That was the score. A tense, frustrating 0-0 stalemate. The referee blew the whistle amid a massive chorus of Portuguese protests. Poland had arguably been the far better team out there, but they'd wasted some absolute golden opportunities. So, as the players headed into the tunnel, one thing was glaringly obvious. Portugal desperately needed a massive intervention from the bench. Whatever they were doing, it simply wasn't working. Section 2. The turning point and first goal. So, what actually changed? Well, when the teams emerged for the second half, you could feel the energy shift almost instantly. The dam was literally about to break, and it all kicked off with one incredibly crucial tactical decision. Roberto Martinez looks at his stagnant midfield and decides, all right, I'm pulling João Neves and bringing on Vitinha. And guys, this wasn't just swapping one name for another. It was a total shift in philosophy. Vitinha injected this immediate, terrifying speed into Portugal's transitions. He just started finding all those spaces that Poland had completely choked off in the first half. Suddenly, boom, that attacking fluidity that was entirely missing before the break, it was back. Portugal was absolutely humming. And the payoff for that brilliant tactical shift came fast. The opening goal was just pure, sheer pace. Rafael Leao, the AC Milan star who had been trying to break through the lines all game long, finally finds his lane. He accelerates brilliantly up the pitch on a killer counterattack. Then he dishes this perfectly weighted pass out wide to Nuno Mendes. Mendes whips a beautiful cross right back into the box, and guess who's there to meet it? Leao himself, rising up to smash a thunderous header right into the back of the net. The deadlock is finally broken, 1-0. Section 3. The Portuguese Goal Festival. Man, once that first goal went in, it wasn't just a shift in momentum. It turned into an absolute avalanche. We're not just talking about scoring here. This was a complete dismantling. First, you have Leao's breakthrough header opening the floodgates. Then Portugal wins a penalty after a handball. Ronaldo steps up, cool as you like, and just drills it straight down the middle for the second. Then comes absolute pure magic. Bruno Fernandes gets the ball from maybe 25 meters out and unleashes this absolute rocket of a strike that pings off the underside of the crossbar. Goal 3. And they still didn't stop. Pedro Neto joins the party, hammering home a gorgeous strike that was actually set up by Ronaldo himself to make it 4-0. That is 4 goals in a breathtaking blink-and-you-miss-it span of minutes. Honestly, the vibe is perfectly captured by the match commentary right here. The half became a festival, the match became a carnival, a Portuguese festival of creativity and magic. It's so true. All that heavy tension from the first half just completely evaporated. It was entirely replaced by sheer joy, total dominance, and these relentless, suffocating attacking waves. Poland, who had looked so remarkably compact and dangerous earlier, were just completely swept away by the sheer speed and artistry of that Portuguese attack. I actually want to pause on this specific point for a second. Even in the middle of this wild scoring frenzy, just look at Ronaldo's role. He wasn't just hovering in the box waiting to finish plays. No, he was actively dropping deep and orchestrating the destruction. That precise, perfectly timed assist he served up to Pedro Neto for the 4th goal, that shows exactly how his game just continues to evolve. He's the ultimate finisher, absolutely, but he's also an incredible facilitator. Section 4. Ronaldo's timeless magic. Look, we absolutely cannot talk about this explainer without taking a moment to appreciate the sheer, enduring willpower of a 40-year-old legend who is literally defying time. 134. When Ronaldo buried that penalty earlier in the half, it wasn't just another goal to add to the score sheet. It was his 134th international strike. Just think about the sheer magnitude of that for a second. After everything he has won in his career, every single record he shattered, he still steps up to the penalty spot with the exact same unwavering laser focus he had 20 years ago. The commentator actually noted something incredibly profound about that exact moment. They said, "After all you have achieved, do you still fear missing a penalty? That is why you continue at 40 years old." It's so powerful, right? It's that underlying fear of failure, that relentless, borderline obsessive drive for perfection that constantly pushes him forward. He doesn't take a single touch of the ball for granted. And hey, if you needed any more proof that the magic is still very much there, the fifth goal provided it in absolutely jaw-dropping fashion. Vitinha, the guy who completely changed the game at halftime, sends this flitting cross into the box, and Ronaldo, at 40 years of age, elevates for a spectacular, acrobatic bicycle kick, just smashing it past the Polish keeper. I mean, it was a goal so insanely brilliant, the commentator literally joked about putting down his microphone, walking onto the pitch, and dancing with him. It was an absolute masterpiece. And that specific masterpiece bumped his historic, mind-boggling total up to 135 international goals. Just an absolutely staggering milestone, reached with the kind of crazy athletic flair we normally only expect from players half his age. Now, just for the sake of completion, Poland's Dominik Marchuk did manage to find the net late in the game for a quick consolation goal. But let's be totally honest here, it was merely a footnote. It didn't dent the Portuguese pride one bit, and it certainly didn't erase the absolute masterclass we all witnessed in that second half. The final whistle blew on a 5-1 victory that is going to be remembered for a very, very long time. So, I want to leave you with this question to chew on. After all the glory, the endless trophies, the massive contracts, and 135 international goals, what truly keeps Cristiano Ronaldo's relentless passion alive? To step onto that pitch and flawlessly execute a bicycle kick at an age when most legends have been retired for years is just nothing short of phenomenal. It's a huge testament to the beautiful game and a literal masterclass in never, ever settling for less than extraordinary. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope it brought this incredible match to life for you. Catch you next time.